Awesome, guys. Well, welcome to another Friday wake-up call. My name's Juan Mercado, as you guys may know, and I love being on the call with you guys every single Friday. It's one of the things I look forward to in my week, and I'm always excited to be on this call and sharing with you from what I've learned in my life as far as personal development goes and what I've applied as well. So last week we were talking about if you guys go back to, I don't know if any of you guys listened to the recording, we talked about some of the things that keep us from manifesting what we want and some of the things we have to do, whereas we asked everybody if they could write a list of what they love about themselves, then another list of what things you appreciate every day, and then the last column on that list was going to be who you'd want to forgive, people you just can't forgive. And so what that does is it sets the groundwork for a very fertile mind. Okay, your mind is like a garden, and we till it, we work the soil so that it has as much nutrients on it. So when we seed it with thoughts, they grow. And I'm always going to repeat this because I want it just to be embedded in your mind, and that is you got to be a positive thinker. And what's a positive thinker? It's thinking about the things that you want, not the things that you don't want, which is a negative thinker. Negative thoughts are thinking of the things that you don't want. Positive thoughts are thinking of the things that you do want. And what do we want to do? We want to always have positive thoughts. So this is not about hurrah, hurrahs. Yes, being always seeing everything from a sunny disposition is great, but we also have to start forging ahead, right? We got to plow ahead. If we're just a person that's always thinking of everything is sunshines and rainbows, well, then that's a person that's great. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're also at the whims of wherever the wind blows you, right? And you're just going to see it as you're always going to see the bright side of that. But that's not manifestation. Manifestation that's a good thing, right? Always seeing things in a good light. But manifestation is also taking what you want seeing in your mind what you want and taking it into reality, okay? And that's what I want you guys to be able to do. It's such a wonderful and beautiful life when you wake up in the morning knowing that today is the best day of your life. Why is today the best day of your life? And why will tomorrow I say today's the best day of my life? Because the day that I'm alive, I'm able to go out and create the life that I want. I know that I can impact my life every day, no matter what the circumstances and situations is around it. And I want you to have that confidence. I want you to be able to have confidence that you're not reacting to the world, but you're actually creating the reality that you want. Because remember, life doesn't come to you. It comes from you, which means that whatever is going to happen today is a product of the dominant thoughts that you've had in the past up to now. And the beautiful thing about it is whether I goofed and I created something that I didn't want for myself, I can impact it and change it, okay? Now, I'm going to talk about another part of the manifestation process, which a lot of people get caught up on this, and that's why it's important to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it today, and that is that there are two things that you need to focus on, and only two things you need to focus on when you're creating your desires, okay? What is faith? Remember what faith is? When we have faith that we're going to create the life that we want, so faith is a marriage of three things, and it's going to be your desire, your belief, and your expectancy, right? You have to desire something, believe it, and expect it no matter what's happening. So you have to constantly be combining those three ingredients. Now, what I'm about to say is what you focus on. So what you want to focus on and have a clear definition on is what you want, why you want it, and forget about how it's going to happen. See, this is what keeps a lot of people from manifesting their dreams and their desires, is because they have to know how it's going to happen. Most of us, and I used to be this way, most of us, we have to know, but how's it going to happen? But how's it going to happen? And you have to, it's like before we move forward in something, we have to know how it's going to happen. Well, if you knew how it was going to happen, then you would already have that life. You would already have manifested that, and you wouldn't even be trying to manifest that, right? So if you're not a multimillionaire right now, and you don't know how to be a multimillionaire, then the how doesn't matter, because up to now you don't even know how it's possible to do that anyways. And that's not important. See, the beautiful thing about the power that God gave us is that we only have to worry about those two things, is what do we want and why do we want it. Now, why do we have to worry about those, or not worry, but why do we have to work on those things and not the how? And the reason is because, first of all, most people, there's two reasons why most people never achieve the life they want, never achieve their dreams, never achieve to manifest what they want. There's two main reasons. The first reason is because they don't dream. They don't have dreams. And the second reason is because they only have dreams up to whatever they know how it's going to happen. So their dreams are too small. It doesn't push them forward. It doesn't give them that feel that they need so that they can actually focus on something for themselves long enough to achieve it. And so what happens is most people they drift like a small boat in the ocean that is just taken wherever the waves go, wherever the wind blows. And see, we don't want that for you. What I want for you is to set your stake in the ground of what you want and why you want it. And those are the two important reasons, because like I said, you have to know what it is that you want. Now, forget about if you believe that you can ever have it. That doesn't matter, and that's not ever going to be asked of you. Don't worry about that, okay? I don't want you to worry about that. I want you to focus on what it is. What is it? You know, everything being equal. Let's say that you were granted 3 wishes by a genie, and I want you to write down what those 3 wishes would be. And I want you to be clear about what it is that you want. Don't be ambiguous. Be specific. I want a Lamborghini. Okay, what color Lamborghini? What style of Lamborghini? A Urus or a Huracan? What do you want? I want you to be real specific. I want this Lamborghini, this color, this year, this model. I want the seats this color. I want this kind of tires. I want more money in my bank account. How much? I want $1,576,456.29. I want you to be very specific in what you want. That's the what. Now, the second part is the why. So if there is not a good reason for the why, and what I mean by good reason is that not only is it beneficial to you, but it's beneficial to others. If it's beneficial to 2 or more people, we got something that we can work with. If it's only beneficial to you, it's just not going to happen, right? It's for example, Jose Silva always said this. It was kind of funny. He said, look, God's not going to give you $1 million if you already have $1 million. God's not going to give you a Rolls Royce if you already have a Rolls Royce. God's not going to give you a girlfriend if you already have a wife. It doesn't make sense. Now, could you get that stuff if you just focus on that one thing? Yes, you could get that one thing. But at what cost? There's some stuff in your life that's going to go chaotic, okay? So when you say you want $1,576,485.29, what do you want to do with that money? Well, I want to have that because I want to be able to take care of my family. I want to not have to worry about the bills. I want to be able to take them on vacations when I want to take them on vacations and whenever, wherever they want to go on vacations. I want to be able to take them to a restaurant, not have to worry about whether I'm going to be able to pay for the tip at the end of the meal. I want to be able to go shopping and not have to look at the price tag. I want them to feel free that they have a father, a mother that's abundant, so that they can grow up with the feeling of abundance and that they can be that as well. And then I want to be able to help others, like I want to be able to help this orphanage. I want to be able to help this organization. I want to be able to help my parents. I want to be able to help my siblings whenever there's a need. See, when you start putting all that together, this is on. I mean, that why is strong, because just think of the why is the backbone to your what, okay? And you say, oh, Juan, but maybe I shouldn't want a Lamborghini, because really at that point any car will do. If I just wanted to be able to take my family, here and there and not have to worry about whether the car's going to start when it's cold or if the AC is going to cool when it's hot. No. That's where I want you to take a step back. That's why the exercise we did last week, which I'll repeat it, you're going to do it because I want you to value yourself, okay? You can want anything you want. You don't have to want a cheap car. You can want a Lamborghini. You can want a Porsche. You can want a Cadillac Escalade. That is not a problem. God will give you and wants to give you exactly what you want. And if you want a Cadillac Escalade, then a Honda's not good enough for you. See, that's one thing you got to realize. People are thinking that they're selfish or that they're greedy. No. You are not forced to wear the color red if you want to wear the color white, just because a red shirt is just as good as a white shirt. No, you have the ability to have preferences, and that's the color of life. That's why God gave you those. If just imagine this. If you can think it, you can have it. No questions about it. So if you want a Lamborghini, if you want a Cadillac, there's no one that can challenge that and say that you're wrong, because God gave you the ability of free will, and you can have whatever preference of anything that you want, no matter the cost. And the reason being is because nothing is being taken from anybody else to give you that. You're not stealing, nor are you going to get this because you stole from somebody else. So get it clear in your mind. You can have whatever you want, no matter how expensive it is. That is not a problem. Dream and be free to dream, because your dreams are going to be different than even your spouse's dreams, even your kids' dreams. And that's great. That's wonderful. That is what we came to this world to have, is different dreams, different types of dreams, different price tag to dreams. That doesn't matter. Have your why very clear. Have your what very clear, and then your why has to be just as clear as why you're doing it. Everything I do personally is, first of all, for my family and for myself and for helping others, and to also be a visionary to others so people can dream even bigger. Because if you can dream big, you can inspire somebody to dream bigger. And that's a positive impact in this world. My family is, so important to me. And that's my biggest why. Now, once you have your why clear enough, then the how is the wonderful adventure of being alive. Because you're going to be surprised as to how it's going to happen. Let be flexible. The important part of the how is that once you've established your what and what you want and why you want it, and there's strong backing. It's helping more than you. It's 2 or more people are being helped. That's okay. Maybe it's just your wife has been. That's okay. And as long as you understand that and you know that you're going to get this without stealing or robbing from anybody or hurting anyone, this is going to happen. And the how is why I wake up every morning and I say, this is going to be, why is this the greatest day of my life? No matter what. Because I'm going to be able to see how God is going to get this to me. How it's going to start developing. Is it going to happen in a day? Probably not. 2 days? I don't know. 3? I don't know. But it's going to happen because those are going to be those what are my dominant thoughts. Those what are my positive thoughts. Remember, positive thoughts is thinking of things that you want, not the things that you don't want. So every day I get to see what is going to get me closer to my what. And I'm going to learn new things. I'm going to become a new person. Because remember, you don't have those things because you are not that person yet. But you will be. And this is the beauty of life. The how. Just be very flexible. Be open to new ideas. Be open to new channels. My wife and I's one of our biggest professional goals was to be a Crown Ambassador in Zervita, but now we're going to be it's called a different position in a company called Zinzino. And did I ever expect that? No. Am I flexible? Am I all mad? No, it's not going to happen the way. No. I'm thinking this is the way it was supposed to happen. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful adventure. Charlie Chaplin said in his famous speech in a movie, this first talking movie, The Emperor, he said, life is a wonderful adventure because this planet is rich. It has enough abundance for not one person, but for everyone. And that's how we have to look at the world, and that's how we have to understand how this process of manifestation works. Guys, I'm out of time. I love you guys. I will see you next Friday, and I hope you took something from this call and listen to it. If you're serious about making changes in your life, you have to listen to this call more than once. Get it off of our YouTube channel. Guys, I want to see those views up on these calls because that means that people are learning, and we're going to start seeing some progress in people's lives. Blessings. Have a great weekend. Love you guys.
Thanks, Juan. Have a great weekend, everybody.